And he said, you're not allowed to eat meat at night. It's a sin. And I said, if eating meat at night is a sin, I don't want to be righteous. He said, go ask Moses. So here I am asking your advice. And also, what do I do about this pestilent growth on my foot? Oh.
Welcome to King's Cultural, where we explore culture from a biblical perspective. My name's Ed. This is my best friend, Lance. Say hi, Lance.
Hey, everybody.
All right. Today, we're going to be reacting to the Promised Land series, episode 1. I'm really excited to watch this with you, buddy.
Yeah, man, this is going to be great. I heard a lot of great things about it. So excited to watch it with you and, maybe have some laughs and, talk about some things straight from the scriptures.
Hey, we're going to have a good time, bro. All right, here we go.
Watch out! Please excuse the noise. Our tribe is having a bit of a squabble with the people of Amalek. No, we don't need to look that way. It's a bloody, horrible battle.
I like that they did that. They're not showing the battle because this was the pilot.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't afford that.
Yeah. No. We have it over there, just we can't look at it.
We can't look at it. It doesn't fit the tone of the show. It's the whole show's going to be about, like, there's a lot of violent things that happen in the Torah, but it doesn't fit the tone. So we're just going to avoid that part.
Yeah. And there's probably a funding issue too.
Yeah, 100%. I'm really interested to see how they do, like, the more violent aspects of the Torah and how they portray that.
Interesting.
That's going to be interesting to me.
I'm guessing they'll probably just allude to it, if anything.
Yeah, they're going to allude to it or, like, off-screen stuff.
Moses doing his part. You know what? So I've thought about this before. If you put your arms straight up and just incline backwards, your arms should stay up. Like, you just lock them out, right? You have a staff so they're not going to fall sideways.
Lance, I just thought of a stupid challenge video where you hold up a staff as long as you can above your head.
Yeah. Maybe I should do it for this video.
I want to see how long you can stand there. I'll do it too.
Sit. He didn't have to stand. He was sitting on a rock at some point. So the only rule is to keep it up.
Yeah.
Right?
All right. Maybe not this video. Next week's video, we're gonna put it at the end. How long can you keep?
Yeah. Grab a staff and just let it sit like this. I love how he's like, I'm doing my part. Everyone's like in the middle of a battle, bloody battle. He's like, yeah, I'm really struggling over here.
I like the thought that Moses realized, if I put it down, we lose. He lifted his arms up and then he pulls them down. He goes, I can't do that.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I think this is one of those spots in scripture where God doesn't tell him that if he keeps the staff up, they'll win or lose. I think it just says, and as long as Moses held the staff up, the Israelites prevailed.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it was just like he figured it out.
He figured it out, and it was
I doubt
not
it,
fun.
but it's like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
It's cool title animation.
Yeah.
Back in Egypt, I think some people were really beginning to recognize me for my talent. But the baby my mother pushed down a river became a political revolutionary. So now I get to take notes while the men are talking.
I will maybe have to...
I like that it's fleshing out some of the family dynamics here. Because we see the family dynamics pop up in scripture. They all had leadership roles.
Yeah.
And they get to say in some... They get jealous a few times.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm interested. The one thing I'm noticing, though, is that Aaron looks younger than Moses here.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder who's older, Aaron or Miriam.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Let me Google that. Miriam was the oldest of the three. That's what Google says.
Okay. Does it say why? I'm
going to Exodus 7:7. It says that Moses was 80 years old and Aaron was 83 when they spoke to Pharaoh. Okay. I buy it. Miriam's older than Aaron because she followed him down the river. If she was 2, I don't think she was following him down the river.
Yeah.
I like it. He just looks a little younger.
Well, he's got shorter hair, so it cuts down some years.
If he grew out the hair a little wilder and had a little white in it,
might look a little older.
Aaron's dyeing his hair, confirmed.
100%.
Yeah.
I am an Egyptian. My name is Chisisi, and I was actually chasing the Hebrews through departed waters when, all of a sudden, my friends disappeared and I ended up on the wrong side of the sea. Ever since I washed up on shore, I've been trying to blend in. Being around these people has been fascinating. So far, I don't think anyone's really noticed me. Although I do think some people are becoming suspicious.
I think it's interesting because there's a lot of Egyptian, or there was like a mixed multitude that left
Yeah.
Egypt
So
with.
he would have fit in.
Well, yeah, he probably would have fit in if he just said he was an Egyptian. I think this character is going to be really funny. But I imagine like the people who kind of grew up with the stories of the patriarchs and some of the cooler, like Abraham and Sodom and Gomorrah and like all the stuff in Genesis. You would assume that the Israelites, at least some of them, knew these stories, story of Joseph and the miracles that God does. And then you're an outsider, you know, from that mixed multitude, and you're hearing these things for the first time. But not only that, you're experiencing them for the first time. That's nuts.
It's just like, what in the world have I fallen into?
Where's this dirt bread coming from?
I mean, he missed a memo, an email
Yeah.
or two.
Yeah. That's why he was out there on Saturday.
Yeah.
I barely seen her since she threw my firstborn's foreskin on my foot and called me a bridegroom of blood, so we've got a lot to catch up on.
Oh, Zippy! I've missed you. Oh, Mama, I missed you as well.
That was a deep cut.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
I love that. That's such a good story because we don't like Zipporah is like almost absent from the story. So I'm interested what they do with her here.
Yeah. Other than that, she saved Israel, right? Or saved Moses. Yeah. I like Aaron's reaction there. You should actually rewind it a little bit and we can see it again.
You as well. Where are the boys?
I love how excited he is to see her.
They ran ahead, did they not? Did you not see them?
Gershom!
Yes?
Eliezer! Oh, they must have gone right past me.
Well, I am sure they're here somewhere.
The kids that never show up in the they're calling for the kids.
Oh, and you just never hear.
They're just never around, right?
Yeah. 100%.
That's so fascinating about the book too, is like you'd think Moses' kids would be important, but that wasn't the important part.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Are they really mentioned anywhere for the most part? Like even after his death?
No, not really.
There's like
I
no.
mean, like Moses' lineage isn't super important. His descendants were very numerous and served in Levite duty. That's interesting. You just don't really hear anything about them. Maybe you do. It's not like they're from the line of Moses, like calling attention to it, I guess.
Right.
That's interesting.
Hello. Good afternoon.
I've seen you around, but I don't think we've met. I'm Korah.
Hello, Korah. It's actually funny you should say that because we've actually met many times. So many times. It's good to see you again.
So the two of you are in conflict because you claim he pitched his tent too close to yours. And you assert that you had already claimed that spot before the tribes got here.
Yes, that seems to be the situation, Jethro. Thank you, but I can take it from here.
Aaron, how would you handle this conflict?
Well, I would ask them both to move their tents to share the space equally. And if they need assistance, I would ask their neighbors to help.
So why don't we do just that and be done with it?
I have spoken.
Me when I'm trying to discipline my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I have spoken.
I have spoken.
I just hope they listen.
Your name, at least. Tell me your name.
My Hebrew name, right? Which I totally have because I am a Hebrew.
Yes, your Hebrew name.
My Hebrew name, it's Moses.
Moses? You're telling me that your name is Moses, like Moses?
I like that. Isn't Moses technically an Egyptian name?
An Egyptian name.
That's so funny.
A Hebrew name? It's Moses.
Moses.
I mean, it makes sense. They, assimilated with them for 400 years, right? So
yeah,
they probably looked very, very much Egyptian. You probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Wait, where are you going?
Oh, I apologize, Korah. I have very important Hebrew things to do.
Wait, get back here.
See you later, Korah. Bye.
Listen to me, get back here.
Me when the feasts come up. I have very important Hebrew things to do.
I have very important Hebrew things to do.
Me
I
on
love how
Friday
Korah
at
is just
sundown.
like, yeah, exactly. I love how Korah is just like pointed in on this guy. Very suspicious. He's just like a suspicious character.
I love it. I'm excited to see these two's dynamic. I'm also interested in how they're going to deal with the rebellion if they get to that anytime soon. I'm like, that's going to be an interesting how they treat, because I like the Korah character. I think he's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like in order to have that Korah rebellion aspect, you kind of have to make that situation a whole joke, right? Because his
Yeah.
character is very, I don't know, it's like lighthearted, but he doesn't seem like evil.
Yeah.
More just suspicious, but goofy suspicious. And so it's going to be hard to kind of portray the rebellion of Korah as like something as what we see in scripture on the screen.
Which is like a grave, like evil thing, you know?
Yeah.
A usurping when like this guy's just kind of suspicious.
Yeah. He's just like,
he's just arrogant. He's just arrogant at this point.
He's a conspiracy theorist of his day.
Yeah.
2 hands can build a tent, but many hands can build a pyramid. That's a direct quote from Pharaoh. They're obviously not the best leadership example, but you have to admit, he did get things done.
All right.
That was great.
I want your initial thoughts. Yeah, you said it's great.
Yeah, I think it was even like just a small span of throughout the Exodus, and they made a whole episode of it. And it was, I mean, I feel like they stayed true to a timeline, which was really cool. And obviously, it's for the one who knows their scripture. You know, it's something that you can watch and kind of fill in the gaps there. You know, I even like Jethro's conversation with Moses. It wasn't word for word, but it was idea for idea. I guess I would summarize it. It was like
It's
a
probably
message
closer
Bible.
than the message.
Yeah, it was probably closer than the message. But yeah, it was. I really liked it. I thought it was fun to watch.
Me too. I had a good time. I think there's a couple things where like I think this did a good job setting up the family dynamics because in Exodus you just see a lot of nepotism here, and so that's why nepotism's a good thing. No, but you see these like family dynamics where they're leading a nation, being judged by God, being blessed by God, and they also are just one family, which crazy. You have the dynamic with Korah and Chisi there, which I think is going to be so fun to follow.
Yeah, that'll be interesting how they play that out. But I think you bring up a good point where, you know, we see Moses as the leader of Israel, but it really was a family thing. He was the leader, but they were all partaking in that leadership, which is interesting because I don't think you really recognize it when you're reading your scripture. So it's kind of cool that they're shining light on some of those things that we might not be thinking about when we're reading through our Bibles. Yeah,
I think television does a good job sometimes and there's a lot of interpretation in television, and some of those interpretations are wrong. It can be wrong, but it gives you a glimpse into like things that you might not have, visualizing it, and how like, yeah, you don't think about it, but like holding that staff above your head, that might get tiring after a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll prove that in the Moses challenge we're gonna do. Or like the family dynamics, those can be difficult. I'm in a church where a lot of my family goes and has some leadership roles, and there can be some conflict here and there. You know, we handle it very gracefully because we love the Lord. But like things come up, and you have to handle things in what's best for the family, what's best for the congregation. And Moses has to figure that out at times.
Yeah, and when God gives leprosy, it's the final say in the matter.
Exactly. I have spoken.
I've spoken.
I'm going to start saying that in like my like family meetings.
I actually do that.
I hope you do. I hope you're not messing with me.
I promise you.
I'm really excited to see how the series balances some of the more serious themes. I mean, the whole thing, you know, it's coming from a book that's like, it's about God. There's some serious stuff in there. and they're playing it up with some comedy. And I think the comedy is going to help people understand some of these things. Like, you already have laws about like diseases, and then he goes, and come back and see me later, which is a law. It's a Levitical. It's a law for the Levites, and anyone who's afflicted with the disease. That's cool. I think it's going to help people have a visual representation of some of these laws that God gave, so they're important. But it's also going to give people like a timeline in their head, where sometimes we can forget, and I think that'll be nice to have. But then these more dramatic elements, I'm really excited to see how they play those out.
Yeah. I think for the Christian who knows their scriptures pretty well, this will be a blessing to them, because like you said, like the timeline's incredibly important. Maybe understanding the nuances of like relationships and things like that, because they can discern from what they know in scripture to how the caricature is being played out in the show. I think for those who don't read scripture, it might not be very beneficial to watch it. A lot of people have issues with watching The Chosen, because they want to be as exact as possible to some extent. Obviously, there's dramatic changes that have to happen, but I think when you have a show that's kind of based on that, you kind of put yourself in a pigeonhole. Whereas a show like this, it's obviously satire. It's obviously just, meant for fun. So it's not to be taken as seriously. And so they have a lot more leeway to really, be creative with their video. So yeah, I thought it was great. I loved it. It was funny. I'm really interested in Joshua, because I did not expect him to be presented like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was interesting. So.
Yeah, I'm interested. They got some of these characters, because it's an Office. Like it's The Office is a mockumentary. This show's a mockumentary, but like all mockumentaries are obviously compared to The Office.
Yeah,
because that's what did it the best. This show, I think we're going to be looking for like, okay, Miriam is Angela, Joshua is Dwight here. We're going to see those things, but I'm interested to see it like fall into its own without those. I'm also, because you were talking about how Jethro almost gave like not word for word, but like thought for thought scripture, which I thought was cool. I thought that was interesting, because it's bringing it back to the source.
Yeah, I think they're anchoring it as they go, right?
Yeah.
So like when they need to hit a part in the timeline that's like an important part throughout scripture, they joke around in the in between, maybe mix around with some of the nuances that you might not gather from reading it, and then once you get to the next place in scripture, they're actually a little bit more serious about it, and you can tell you could see the shift in the creativity. Instead of being so lighthearted or whatnot, they're actually like, okay, we should be a little bit serious here, because it anchors the viewers who know the scriptures well to continue with the series.
It almost makes it easier if it stays on this course where it's about this level. Like, you could show this to a 12-year-old and watch an episode and then walk through a couple chapters of the Bible with them, be like, or maybe do that first, and you go, all right, where do you see this lining up? And it makes it come alive, even though there's not a comedy here, not a comedy in the scripture. It'll make it memorable to the kids.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they expand on it. I think obviously it's only been the first episode, so I mean, just standalone pilot. I'm interested to keep going, but it definitely is going to need a lot of work to keep people engaged and to be something that's a pretty big platform, I guess is a good way to put it. But yeah, it was a great pilot. Loved it.
Me too, man. All right, well, that's been our review of the Promised Land episode 1. Stay tuned, because we're going to review them all. I think there's 5, so we're going to just keep reviewing them, putting them out one after another. What's your favorite part? Tell us down below. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider it. We just hit 777 subscribers, and I don't like angel numbers, so just please subscribe so that we get away from that. I want an even 1,000, or I'm going to delete the channel immediately.
If you guys caught any other nuances throughout this episode that you saw that maybe we didn't catch, we'd love to hear about that too. We'd like to see how this episode kind of connects to our scriptures as we walk along this. So feel free, leave your voice, post a comment down below, give us a thumbs up.
YouTube thinks that you're going to like this video over here, and if you want to catch our Sabbath series, which is probably going to relate into the Moses series, click over here. Thanks for watching, and to God all praise and glory.